We are kicking off today with Smackdown as the fiery promo segment between Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton has had everybody talking. The segment saw the pair reportedly go off script and Stratton mock Flair's recent divorce to Andrade, claiming that the Queen was now 0-3 when it comes to marriages. Fightful Select reports that the segment was a hot topic of discussion within WWE after it happened, especially within the company's women's roster. Addressing reports of the two going off script, Fightful adds that while this hasn't been outright confirmed, everyone who watched it believes the segment didn't go the way it was planned. That everyone includes talent and staff, but what caused this segment to go off the rails in the first place? Well, that may be the fans. Multiple sources say that when the crowd were behind Stratton, this left Flair visibly rattled and she tried to get the fans back on her side with some strong barbs of her own. Backstage, Charlotte didn't appear to be pleased, and one talent said that Stratton had to fight back after Flair got the better of her in a previous promo weeks earlier. Another wrestler said that going at Flair in the manner Stratton did can be daunting, but it's something every talent has to be willing to do, and Tiffany certainly didn't back down this week. WWE has since removed the 0-3 line from their YouTube video, as well as Flair's rebuttal suggesting Ludwig Kaiser, Tiffany's boyfriend, has been in her DMs. Fightful adds that this edict was a specific directive, meaning it came down from above, as someone in the higher end of WWE doesn't want these lines to be shown. Speaking of Flair's comment about Kaiser, one source told PW Insider that this comment was akin to a flailing shot from a boxer who didn't realize they were KO'd. Kaiser himself has since responded to the line, sharing a video of Shawn Michaels telling Diana Hart-Smith, "Please do not flatter yourself." This segment, or at least what was planned, was written by Devin Preto, but it's clear that things in Chicago did not go as first expected for either woman. But what do you think? Did Stratton go too far? Was Flair's Kaiser job a fitting retort? Or is all fair in the name of building up hype ahead of WrestleMania? Share your thoughts below. On SmackDown, it was also confirmed that Kevin Owens will not compete at WrestleMania as he's dealing with a neck injury that will require surgery. While this is tragic news, it was not a surprise for many, as hours before SmackDown, it was reported that the prize fighter was dealing with a serious injury. Speaking to Robbie Fox on My Mom's Basement, Owens shared his anger at the leak, saying, "It really annoys me," and that he knows that the leaker is an office employee in WWE. Owens recalled telling WWE officials about the possibility of a leak, but being reassured that things would be kept tight-knit, which obviously didn't work out. Owens couldn't help but feel betrayed as he said, "How someone who shouldn't know this stuff found out, and it went where it shouldn't, and now they took away my right to tell people." Leaks are a common thing in wrestling despite the best effort of those behind the scenes, and while Owens wished he'd had a chance to share the news first, that sadly didn't happen. With Owens out of the picture, fans have been left wondering who Randy Orton will face in KO's absence at WrestleMania, and at least one superstar has put themselves forward. On Twitter, some fans have been pitching Karrion Kross as Owens' replacement for Las Vegas, and in a tweet, Kross said that he's seen the fans tagging him in their picks. Kross said he'd definitely say yes if WWE approached him about facing Orton at WrestleMania, but as the decision won't be his, he added, "Let's see what happens." Would you like to see Kross versus Orton at WrestleMania, or do you have somebody else in mind for the Viper in Las Vegas? Let us know your thoughts down below. The last time Brock Lesnar appeared for WWE, it was at SummerSlam 2023, and in January, all plans for the Beast were scrapped due to Janelle Grant's lawsuit. As WrestleMania 41 approaches, it appears the show of shows will go ahead without Lesnar for the second year in a row, and fans may have indeed seen the last of the Beast. A fan on Instagram claims to have spoken with Lesnar and claimed that when asked, Brock said he would not be returning to WWE and was retired from pro wrestling. The fan also shared a photo of themselves meeting Brock, though it's worth noting that they didn't include any video footage of Brock saying he's done inside the ring. In March, Ringside News reported that Lesnar's absence from WWE was being regarded as a legal matter, meaning WWE wouldn't even consider a return until the Grant case is finished. Now it appears that Brock's time in the ring is over, ending one of the most unique, dominant careers in pro wrestling in a very controversial way. Are you going to miss Brock Lesnar in the ring? Who would you like to see him face if he does have one more match, as many retired stars do? Let us know down in the comments below. From one absent star to another, as Becky Lynch reportedly re-signed with WWE in January of this year, but fans are yet to see the man back in the ring. While fans eagerly await her return, it may not come over WrestleMania week, as the former women's champion has a notable role next week outside of Las Vegas. Instead, Lynch will serve as the guest monologuist on April 11th at the Ultimate Improv show in Los Angeles, California, which will see several comedians show their stand-up. This news comes mere days after Sean Ross Sapp reported that Lynch isn't expected to appear at WrestleMania, despite creative ideas being pitched to her. Lynch hasn't competed for WWE since the May 27, 2024 edition of Raw, where she lost to Liv Morgan, and her previous contract with WWE would expire days later in early June. With this ultimate improv role and her role in the upcoming Happy Gilmore 2, Lynch is flexing her skills outside the ring, leaving fans wondering when she'll appear for WWE again. Recently, Matt Riddle shared some strong words about Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, claiming that the pair were difficult to work with in the ring in WWE. On the My Mom's Basement podcast, Owens responded to this claim, and while it didn't take him by surprise, he found it funny that Riddle was saying others were tough to work with. He's a guy who had really amazing opportunities handed to him, like being Randy's tag team partner for so long, and basically getting to ride the coattails of a legend, and he managed to screw it all up. Owens made clear that Riddle's shortcomings weren't down to talent, as he believes the bro is very talented, but said that Riddle's own attitude and poor choices would cost him. Referencing Riddle's claim that he struggled to get a word in, Owens said there's probably a good reason for that, adding that Matt's track record speaks for itself. Ultimately, Riddle's days in WWE ended in 2023, while Owens and Zayn remain high-profile stars in the company and don't expect Riddle to share a ring with either man anytime soon. Now, this month will mark 7 years since Chris Jericho last competed in a WWE ring, and since then, he's become a leading name in AEW, as well as the reigning ROH champion. Speaking at the Horror Rock and Wrestling Fest in Manchester, though, Jericho was asked about a potential return to WWE and said he'd be crazy not to consider it. Jericho even said he would have considered it back when Vince McMahon was running things, but added that while he'd consider going back, he'd also consider not going back as well. Chris added that it just depends on what the situation is and what's going on with me at the time, as the Canadian is more than happy to let fate decide what's to come in his career. While the idea of Jericho returning may seem unlikely, there was a time when Cody Rhodes and CM Punk were never going to return to WWE, proving never to say never in wrestling. Would you like to see Chris Jericho return to WWE before his career ends, or should he hang up his boots as a fully fledged AEW star? Let us know in the comments section. Now, it's been months since the Wyatt Six were last featured on TV, but with news that Bo Dallas has been medically cleared, fans are hoping to see them back very soon. On Instagram, Joe Gacy broke his silence on social media and shared an eerie clip with a voice sharing the following message. "They thought they could control you. They locked you away, but I saw through their lies. Open your heart to the man in the woods, and now we'll make them all pay for their sins." This has left fans wondering what this could be about and whether the man in the woods is Uncle Howdy, Bray Wyatt, or perhaps someone new entirely WWE plans to introduce. The group has moved to Smackdown in the transfer window but have yet to appear, and fans have been wondering what could be coming for the group. Perhaps they'll go back to targeting The Miz, and some fans believe that Alexa Bliss joining the faction as rumored could see herself and Nikki Cross go after the women's tag team titles. Whatever the plan, Gacy's post has had fans speculating about the next move of the Wyatt Six, and what do you hope to see the group do once they're back? Let us know below. On this week's Raw, Jimmy Uso hoped to restore confidence in his brother Jay by beating Gunther, but that didn't go as planned for Big Jim. Not only did Gunther beat him, but the World Heavyweight Champion destroyed him after the match, and the Ring General would stand tall, caked in the blood of the veteran. That segment has since gone viral, and while the match has done 292,000 views on YouTube, the post-match onslaught quickly surpassed 1 million views in under 48 hours. Blood remains a rarity in WWE, and it's especially rare to see someone lose as much as Jimmy did on Raw, and fans clearly can't get enough of this shocking moment in London. And we're ending with WrestleMania, as while the show is still over a week away, construction has begun for the event's stage. On social media, a photo was shared via Las Vegas locally with several cranes in operation to build a stage fitting of the Showcase of the Immortals. With this being the very start of construction, it's impossible to say what the stage will look like, but this photo shows that WWE is already making its mark in Sin City.